good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Today we're going to take a look at the game Last Will, developed and published by Lizard Factory, and full disclosure, they did give me a copy of this game to review, so thank you to them for this opportunity. Right now it is currently $13 on the Humble Bundle or on the Humble Store, not Humble Bundle, Humble Store. And so I'm going to assume that price is going to carry over into Steam when this game actually releases. It was supposed to release on August 23rd. However, it seems as though the game has been pushed out due to server issues. At least that's what I kind of gathered from their news posts. Alright, so the premise of the story is your grandfather died. Your job is to follow his will and try to get to the heart of this castle or this mansion or estate or whatever you want to call it through solving all these puzzles. They did a good job with the atmosphere in this game. I really do enjoy the atmosphere. The sounds are really good. The lighting. I actually really like this interface too. I think it looks nice. Very fun. Much more interesting than this like text, I guess. Okay, so let's dive right in. The setting options I found to be quite a bit in the lackluster end, not being able to set all of these like frame rate and stuff like that. So it kind of lacks in the graphics options. This controls, really there's not a lot of controls other than moving around and looking at things and left clicking. So I mean that's not too surprising. However, it would still be nice to be able to move around or change those controls. And then tutorial tips, interface, sound effects. Those are, I don't know. Whatever, that's just, it's kind of lackluster and rather disappointing. Okay, so, like I said, I really liked the atmosphere of this game. They do plan on releasing this kind of episodic. However, it seems as though you'll get a lot of these, you'll be getting these for free according to their Humble Store page. They said, release new content for free, no paid expansions, microtransactions, or paid mods. Is what they say. So there's a few different ways you can play. You can do the normal escape room, solve the rules against the clock, because you have like a certain amount of time before everything explodes. Because that's how your uncle has, or your grandfather had this as set up. You can also do casual mode, where you can play without time limits. Which really, I mean, just depends on like how much time you want to spend. And then there's multiplayer, which I thought was really cool because a lot of these puzzle games, you don't find a lot of multiplayer options. So being able to play with your friends and try to solve rooms together, that could be pretty cool. And I'm actually really impressed that they included this, and I like it. They did a good job there. But let's dive in and let's take a look. So there is a prologue, and when I watched it the first time, it felt very heavy-handed and kind of odd. Like it kind of tells you how to feel, but you're like the atmosphere does a good enough job, in my opinion, to set the mood and give this certain feeling that I don't think this was necessary. At least a lot of like the words and stuff were necessary. I mean, like it gives you the premise, but I think the mood that they try to set is odd, and I just don't really like it. So let's go around to and play. So this one's going to give us 64 minutes, which might seem like a long time, but time can fly by, especially when you're not wanting it to fly by. Alright, so this game really thrives on its puzzles, and a lot of the puzzles are pretty cool. So you can start off with this nice lantern. I'm not going to spoil too many of the puzzles, or any of the puzzles really. I just kind of want to go over the game, kind of how it works, stuff like that. So you can open up these drawers and close them. It has this same feel as it's a Unity thing. It's kind of awkward, and I didn't really like that, but it's fine. Like, it kind of adds a feeling of realness, but like sometimes these angles, like you have to like push up and down instead of like the angle that you think it's supposed to be. And so you scroll over these things, and like you can see the riddle or whatever, and so this riddle is to this statue, and there's a answer the riddle, and you get one of the things completed and stuff. So that's basically the premise of this room, and each room is different in its way that it does things. However, the problem with this is doesn't seem to be a large stock of riddles that these can be. They have two of the exact same riddle this time. I seem to find a lot of the same one. And that can get really boring pretty quickly. So I don't want to spoil any of these, because if you're going to enjoy this game, you have to get those aha moments. And I got a couple of aha moments. And the problem with aha moments is they can only really happen once. And that's one of the things I don't like about this game, is the replayability just isn't there. I mean, for $13, it's not too bad though. But for me, the replayability wasn't there. And there's some other problems about the game I'm going to go over real quick. I did end up getting one of my aha moments ruined by a bug. Basically, there was an unsolvable riddle. Like, I knew how to complete it, but the letters weren't there to complete it. You're probably thinking, oh, you're just bad, blah, blah, blah. No, I went back and I did it again. And this time, because the game randoms these riddles and stuff, but the pool of them isn't too big. Apparently, it was big enough because there was a bug where I couldn't complete one of the riddles. And I went back later and I completed it just how I thought I was supposed to. And I happened to have all the right letters that time. So it can be a little bit buggy, and I'm sure that's just because it's in beta and they're still working on all the kinks and stuff, but I have to review the game as it is now. And right now, that kind of threw me off. However, my overall impression of this game is that it does a good job of setting the tone. It has good music when it needs to be musicked. The sounds are pretty spot on. I like the setting. I don't like all the bugs. I don't think there's any or hardly any replayability. I feel like keeping this game fresh is going to be too much of a job for a small group. And I mean, I don't see a big incentive for them to keep it fresh either, but that's not for me to decide. Do I recommend this game? I would have to say I would only recommend this game if you are very interested in solving some puzzles with some friends. Or you're very interested in solving some fun riddles. Overall, though, I would say I do not recommend this game. Only on the sole fact that if you can get this game on sale, I feel like it's not worth $13 in its current state. All right. I would like to thank you for watching. This is my review of The Last Will by The Lizard Factory. Thank you for watching, and take it easy. This review is quite a contrast from my last one, so if possible, go ahead and go check that one out and let me know which style you liked better. This one was mostly unedited, short of like cutting into things and stuff, while the other one was more edited and straight to the point. Let me know which one you like better in the comments of either video.